Last video, we set up GitHub. Now we make sure your computer can actually write code. In this step 2 of building a real web app with AI, we install VS Code, an editor, install the Codex extension, and connect everything to your GitHub. By the end of these few minutes, you're ready to code. Let's go. Last video, we set up GitHub and created a repo called My First Project. Right now, that project is empty. In this video, we're going to connect your local environment to that repo. 3 things: VS Code, a Codex extension, and connecting that to your GitHub. So let's go. Starting with Visual Studio Code. This is a free Microsoft editor. Go to this domain, click download. If you're on a different machine, click other platforms, pick your platform and download for the right platform. After downloading it, I click on this, I drag the app to my applications folder, and I open up the application. I already have the app open, so let's head over there. So here is VS Code, a quick tour. So you have a toolbar over to the left. You have different sections that you could turn on or off here, a bottom, a right, a left. And I already have in my right panel, I have Claude Code sitting over here. If I turn that off and I see the bottom, I have a debug console and a terminal, which you'll be spending a lot of time in this terminal here. So my typical development environment looks like this. Over to the right, I've got a top where I can see files if I need to. In the bottom where I have my terminal, so I can type commands and see debug information. And over to the left is where I'm usually using Codex or Claude Code. So I already have it installed, but let me show you how easy it is to install it. Over in this left-hand toolbar, this icon right here is your extensions. Search for Codex. Make sure you're picking the OpenAI Codex. Click on that, find the install button. I'm already installed here. Once it's installed successfully, you'll see the Codex icon appear in the toolbar over here. If I click on Codex, now that it's installed, you'll see the Codex appear here in the left panel. There's 2 ways that you can use Codex. You can sign in with your ChatGPT account. You just click this button and you sign in. If you don't want to use ChatGPT, you can use an API key. We'll talk about that in another video. When to use an API key, when not to use it, how to set that up, what it means. But for today, we're going to assume you're going to just sign in with your ChatGPT account. Let me sign in here real quick. Once you're all signed in, you can close that window. You can close this window. You can go back to VS Code, and you can see that I'm fully logged in and ready to go. So now we are all set up. We have got VS Code installed on our local computer. We've got Codex installed. We're not going to do it right now, but you could add Claude Code the exact same way. You go to the extensions, you look for Claude Code, and there it is. For this one, you want to make sure that you're installing Claude Code for VS Code from Anthropic. Now we're going to connect to GitHub and clone our My First Project. So I'm going to go up to this search menu, click on Show and Run Commands, click Git :clone, and pick it. You want to pick the option Clone from GitHub, Remote Sources. You want to say Allow if you're not already signed in, which you wouldn't be if this is the first time you're doing it. Click Allow. It's going to now allow you to sign in as your username, and it's going to authorize you to connect it with Visual Studio Code. We want to say yes to that. And we're going to open up Visual Studio. So now what it did was it signed you into your GitHub account, and it's showing you the options that you already have set up in GitHub. And it's saying, okay, is this what you want to clone? And we do. It's showing us My First Project. So I'm going to click that. It's going to say, where do you want to put it? I'm going to put it here. I already have a folder set up, but I'm going to rename this. I don't want spaces. My First Project. So I'm going to select that. That's where I want to clone my remote GitHub project to. On my local computer, I'm going to say select as repository destination. And it's doing some work. So would you like to open the repository? Yes. Do you trust these authors? I do. Done. Now we have Codex installed, and we have our My First Project cloned from our repository in Git. GitHub. And if I click here, which is my Explore, I can see my first project. All I have up there right now is a README file. So it pulled it down and it synced it with my local computer. I'm ready to start coding. Your dev environment is set up. VS Code, Codex, your repo cloned and ready. Next, Supabase, your database in the cloud. We'll set up where your app's data is going to live. All 5 videos, tools, and the companion page are linked below. I'm Ed, the Solo Builder. See you in step 3.